the stance. Understand that you can have your stance however you feel comfortable, as long as you are accurately getting into the right position after your separation point and you're in your launch position. The only time that I'll mess with clients or athletes' stance is if they are not getting in that correct launch position. And what I mean by that is it doesn't matter if I'm starting like this, if I'm starting like this, or if I'm starting like this. Well, after I get my load and separation, I want to have my bat angle somewhere around that 45-degree angle, and I want to be able to drive my heel into the ground, boom, start my initiation of my swing to be able to make my contact and stay inside the baseball and drive through the baseball. If I'm not accurately having that 45-degree angle, if I don't have that tension, that good posture, that good stabilization of the core, that's when we got to affect and change the stance, okay? So start wherever you make comfortable. As long as you're getting the barrel to the baseball, you're on time, and you have that proper launch position. Saying that, how do we understand where our stance is? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I was like this. Every single kid I run into is like this. You have to have proprioception, which is awareness of your body in space and what you're doing when you're in your stance. You have to know where your hands are. You have to know where your feet are. You have to make sure your feet are in the same spot and your hands are in the same spot every single time. Make sure your weight starts at 50-50 before you start your load. Understand that you have to know these things and they have to be muscle memory. Don't just get in the box and start swinging away. Be aware of what you're doing, take pride in what you're doing, and know that if you are not starting in the same spot every single time, you're going to set yourself up for failure, okay? You have to do the same thing each and every day. To be great at something, to have the skill level, to set yourself apart from everybody else, it's all about doing thousands and thousands and thousands of reps to perfect your craft. The guys that are playing in the MLB have the talent, but they have also perfected their skill. They have developed their skill from thousands and thousands of reps, understanding what they're doing and what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. That is proprioception, guys. That's understanding what you're doing, okay? That's what I'm trying to harp on, and you're going to hear me use proprioception all the time throughout this program. But the more that you understand how your body works, what you're doing, the better you're going to be as a baseball player and the higher ceiling that you're going to have. So, for instance, I'll run through a quick transition. By the time I got done to my last year of Division I baseball, my stance looked something around this, okay? It took me until my junior year of college to be completely aware of what I was doing every single time I stepped foot to the plate. My problem is I had a tendency of dropping my hands. When you have a tendency of doing that, I was creating a different load and a different separation to where my hands weren't in the same launch position every single time. It affected my swing, and it wasn't allowing me to get the same exact explosion to the baseball. I had to be aware of that, and I didn't realize when I was changing my hands, which is why the mirror drill is the first drill that's shown in this program that will be explained here in a little bit, and it helps you see and get immediate feedback in front of the mirror to see what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, and see if you've made any changes that could hurt you. This is what I advise doing. Have a notebook, and nowadays everybody has a cell phone. Write notes that links up to your email account to be aware of what you're doing. When things are going really great, write down your mindset at the plate. Write down what you're doing mechanically. Understand that if I mess up and I'm having a really bad game, make sure that you're doing the things that you were doing when things were going right. If mechanically you're starting to make changes that are affecting your swing, be aware of that. That's why the mirror drill is important. Seeing yourself on video is important. Check this every single time. So with the stance, start where you feel comfortable as long as you're getting to the correct launch point. That is the beginning and the introduction to this video. I am now going to talk about the ABCs of hitting, what I call the load, separation, and the swing.